So the statement of Stokes theorem says that this is the relation between line integral and the surface integral. S is a piecewise smooth oriented surface and C is the boundary of that surface, that is also piecewise smooth. And let F is a vector field whose components are continuous and partial derivative exist and continuous in that open region containing S. Then the circulation of F or this F dot dr, the line integral of F dot dr, in the direction of the counterclockwise with respect to this surface unit is normal to this outside. It's same as the surface integral of this curl of F. So that means the line integral F dot dr is same as the surface integral of del cross F dot and d sigma. So smooth means partial derivative exists and continuous. That is the meaning of smooth here. Piecewise smooth means it is in overall domain it may or may not be smooth, but in the to take the part wise it is smooth. So like we have seen in the Green's theorem and the Gauss divergence theorem. Like Green's theorem, we have one curve, closed curve. Counterclockwise direction. Then over this closed curve, whatever integral will come, it is same as the double integral region enclosed by this curve. In Gauss divergence theorem, we have some surface. So suppose the surface of a sphere, for example. And volume enclosed by this, that means the volume of the sphere. So there is a relation between surface integral and the volume, that is the triple integral. Here it is the relation between surface and line integral. So if we have surface, then what will be the curve C for any surface? So here it is written that S is a piecewise smooth oriented surface and C is a piecewise smooth boundary curve for that surface. So that boundary is not exactly same as whatever boundary we have. So I will suppose this is A4 or one paper. So in that paper, what will be the surface? Suppose you have one paper or page. What will be the surface of that page?
Area of the rectangle.
Yeah, so that area will be the surface area. Actually, this part, this is the surface of that paper. So this is the surface in a plane. Surface may not be in the plane. So this is S. And the boundary of this means what? So boundary of this means this one. So this is the boundary of this surface. So that is C. So over this surface integral is same as this line integral. So here it is written the surface unit normal in the counterclockwise direction. So when we move in the counterclockwise direction, that's why I put the arrow like this in the reverse direction of clock, that is the counterclockwise direction. So if you move, suppose you are traveling over this curve, so the surface should be in your right hand side. Suppose you are moving in this curve at this boundary, then if you put right hand side, then that direction will be the direction, and that side should be the surface. So that is, and what will be the normal? So if you are moving, your head direction will be the normal direction. This normal will be your head direction, and your right hand side will be the surface. So if it is in the xy plane, suppose this is x axis and this is y axis, then the normal will be in the z direction. So that z will be positive z or negative z?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive, because if you are moving, your hand is right hand side is the surface and your head direction is the positive direction of z axis, so that will be the normal. So this is the surface in the 2D plane. So now this A4 size paper, I'm just bending. So I'm bending the same paper. So after bending this paper, this surface will change or not? Because previously surface was just plain surface. Once you will bend, this surface will change.
No, sir.
Yeah, surface area will not change, but the surface will change. Some surface structure will change. But what will not change? Its boundary will not change. Like in terms of equation, it will change, but actually it will not change. So this is the boundary remains same, even now surface is changed. So this is the surface. It is in the 3D. Try to visualize. Like little bit bend the paper, then whatever the surface you will get, and again if you traverse through this boundary, your head direction will be the normal and your right hand side should be the surface. So suppose you have some another, I'm taking some another example. So this is z axis, this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is the hemisphere. So for this hemisphere, the surface of this sphere, hemisphere, that will be the surface. And what will be the boundary in this example?
Circle. Perimeter.
Yeah, so this will be the boundary, this one. That is the curve C. So this surface, this Stokes theorem says that this line integral over this curve, this is the closed curve, and this sphere is bounded by that closed curve. That is the boundary curve. The line integral of this function f, that is the vector field, over this curve C is same as surface integral of del cross f or the curl of f. And the circle means it is a closed curve. So now we'll see one example. Verify the Stokes theorem for the vector field f over the upper half of the sphere x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1, bounded by its projection in xy plane. So we'll calculate the line integral and then we'll calculate the surface integral of this curl of f in order to verify Stokes theorem. So first I will calculate this f dot dr, this line integral, and then I will calculate the surface integral. Then we will show that LHS is equal to RHS. So the hemisphere is this one, and the boundary is the projection in xy plane. That means this circle. That is the C. So over that C, I will calculate the line integral and then I will do the surface integral. So both, if both are equal, then this Stokes theorem will be verified. So first I want to calculate this in LHS. That means this closed curve C, what will be the f dot dr? And by Stokes theorem, both should be equal. This is the surface integral del cross f n cap d sigma. This is RHS. So first I will calculate LHS and then RHS. So this is LHS. So what is this curve C? C is the projection of this sphere in xy plane, that will be x square plus y square equal to 1, the circle. So how to calculate this line integral? We need the parameterization of this. So I am taking the parameterization x equal to cos t, y equal to sin t, t from 0 to pi. Then what is the value of r? Rt will be cos t I cap sin t j cap. Then this line integral over this closed curve C, f dot dr will be t from 0 to pi, 0 to 2 pi, the value of f at Rt, and then r dash t dt. So f at Rt, f is this one, 2x minus y I cap minus y z square j cap minus y square z k cap. So here z is 0, this is 0 k cap. So we'll put z equal to 0, this j cap and k cap will gone. So what will left? So I will first calculate what is f of Rt and then what is r dash t. So r dash t, r is cos t I cap plus sin t j cap. So r will be the derivative of this, means minus sin t I cap plus cos t j cap. Z is anyway 0. And f at Rt, if you put x equal to cos t and y equal to sin t here in this f. So after putting x equal to cos t, you will get 2 cos t minus sin t I cap. This is sin t. So 2 cos t minus sin t, if you put here, instead of x it is cos t, it will become 2x, 2 cos t. Instead of y, if you put this y sin t, then and z is 0, so y z square is 0, and the last term minus y square z is also 0. So now we'll do this dot product and we'll replace here. So we'll get the integral f dot dr is equal, that is the line integral, t from 0 to 2 pi, the dot product of this frt with r dash t. That means this and this will give 2 cos t minus sin t multiplied by minus sin t dt. So now we'll integrate and see what is the value of line integral. That means LHS. So the first term 2 cos t and sin t will give minus sin 2t, and second term will give plus sin square t. So integrate it and tell me what will be the integration. So that will be the LHS. Then we will calculate the RHS also.
Pi.
So this answer will come pi. Similarly, we will calculate RHS also, and we will see the RHS is coming pi or not. So RHS of this is the surface integral of this del cross f dot n d sigma. And what is S? S is the hemisphere. Upper half of the sphere, that means the hemisphere. So we'll do this surface integral over that surface hemisphere. So RHS is, we have to integrate this, or we have to find this del cross f dot and d sigma, where S is the upper half part of this sphere. X square plus y square plus z square equal to 1, and z is positive. So upper half of the sphere, this is S. So first I will calculate this del cross F. We need this curl, and then we will do this parameterization of the sphere in order to calculate the surface integral. So F is 2x minus y I cap. This is F minus yz square j cap and minus y square k cap, minus y z square j cap, y square z k cap. This is F. Then we will calculate what will be the del cross F. That means the curl of F. So this is del by del x, del by del y, del by del z. So for I, it will give derivative of this y square z with respect to y will give minus 2yz, and this one with respect to z, if you do, then you also get 2yz minus j cap. The derivative of y square z with respect to x will give 0, and here also it will be 0, and then k cap, this is 0, and this one will give minus y1, and then minus minus plus, it will become plus 1. So the del cross F came k cap. So in order to calculate the surface integral, what we will do, we will do the parameterization of this sphere. So what is the parameterization of this sphere? So in terms of parameterization, this will come del cross F Ru cross Rv and du comma v. So depending on what is the range of du and v, we will apply the limit. So for that we need to the parameterization of this sphere. So what is the parameterization of sphere?
X cos u sin v,
X cos u sin v,
y cos u cos v,
cos u cos v,
z is sin v,
z is
sin v,
sin u. Then what is the value of u and what is the value of v?
u from 0 to pi, v from 0 to 2 pi.
V from 0 to pi, I think.
U is from 0 to pi, okay, and v is from 0 to 2 pi.
U is from 0 to pi by 2 for hemisphere.
Okay, for hemisphere it is from pi by 2. Okay. So if this is the parameterization, let us see from the picture. This is x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So This is the circle and this is the hemisphere, upper part of this. And here it is given x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1. So what will be this point? 1 comma 0 comma 0. So what is u and v at this point?
U is
V
5
by
by
2
2,
0.
0.
Why I am doing at this point 1 comma 0 comma 0. What is the value of u and what is the value of v?
U is 5 by
By
2
2
and V is 0.
U is pi by 2 and v is 0.
No,
So
sir.
let
U
us
is 0, V is 5.
u is 0 and v is pi by 2. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So let us check if you put u equal to 0 here, what you will get.
Sir, how
If
U
you
equal to 0, sir? V by 2.
yeah, so what is your answer? Tell me, I will write that one.
Sir, according to me, it should be U equal to pi by 2 V 0.
Yeah, u equal to pi by 2 and v equal to 0. So let us verify this u equal to pi by 2 and v equal to 0. If you put u equal to pi by 2, what you will get? What is the value of x, y, z by using that parameterization? So if you put u equal to pi by 2 here, this cos 90 is 0, this one is also 0, and sin 90 will give 1. So it will give the point 0, 0, 0, comma 0, comma 1. Is that is same as 1, comma 0, comma 0? Tell me, is it same as 1, comma 0, comma 0? At this point, the point should come this one, because if this is the angle for this point u equal to
No,
pi
sir.
by 2, so that is not the correct. So depending on this range of u and v, the parameterization will also change. Like if you put u equal to 0, then cos 0 will give 1 and this sin 0 will give anyway 0. If you put v equal to pi by 2, sin 90 will give 1, and then this point is exactly matching with 1, comma 0, comma 0. So according to this, whatever this parameterization is given, this point, this side, minus 1, comma 0, comma 0, what is the value of u and v? So this is not the correct u and v. This one is the correct. So for minus 1, comma 0, comma 0, what will be the value of u and what is the value of v?
U 0, V minus pi by 2.
So at this point, minus 1, comma 0, comma 0, u equal to 0 and v equal to minus pi by 2. What about the top one? 0, comma 0, comma 1. Sorry, yeah, that is correct. X and y both are 0 and z equal to 1.
U pi by 2 V 0.
U equal to pi by 2 and v is
0.
okay. If v equal to 0, just replace here. U equal to pi by 2 cos will give 0 and this v equal to 0. So If you put u equal to pi by 2, then cos 90 will come 0. This one will also 0. And this one will give 1. So whatever parameterization you are taking, based on that, you have to decide the range. If you are confused with this, then just remember one parameterization of this sphere and follow that one. So like I am giving one more parameterization. That is also the parameterization of this sphere. So here it is cos u and here it is sin u. Then cos v and sin v. This is also a parameterization of a sphere. Same sphere.
Yes, sir.
So now in this case, what is the value of u and what is the value of v?
U from 0 to 2 pi.
U from 0 to 2 pi. U is from 0 to pi by 2 and v is from 0 to 2 pi, I think. So for this parameterization, this point 1 comma 0 comma 0, for that u value is this one and v equal to pi by 2. So v value is 0, u equal to pi by 2. So if you put v equal to 0, it will give this one sin 91 and cos 0 is also 1. This is 0 and this is 0. That means 1 comma 0 comma 0. So this is also a parameterization of this same sphere. So here this in this setup v equal to 0 to 2 pi, that means this angle it will rotate like this 0 to 2 pi, and then z is from 0 to, so if this is the point, so this is the angle u. It is from the z axis, and then it will start from 0, it will go up to pi by 2. So once it will be pi by 2, it will meet to this point 1 comma 0 comma 0. So you can follow either this, you can follow this also, but be careful with this one. So this is not the correct range for this. So okay, I will follow this one to calculate the surface integral. Here it will come from minus pi by 2 to 0, something like that. So let me do the surface integral. So for surface integral, the parameterization of a sphere r u comma v will be, so I am taking this parameterization x equal to sin u cos v I cap.
Sir, why you checked these points?
To check that our domain range u and v is correct or not.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
You can follow this standard one always, whatever now I am using. So where here this v is the 0 to 2 pi always, and depending on the sphere, u is from 0 to pi. If it is half, it is 0 to pi by 2. If it is full, it is 0 to pi. So it is 0 to pi by 2 because it is the half of the sphere. V is from 0 to 2 pi. So we need RU, we need RV, and we need RU cross RV also. So we'll calculate RU, RV and RU cross RV, and then we will calculate the surface integral. So RU means we will differentiate with respect to U. It will give minus sin U cos V I cap no, it will give cos U cos V cos U sin V and then minus sin U k cap. With respect to V, it will give minus sin U sin V I cap sin U cos V j cap, and this is 0 k cap. So what will be RU cross RV in this case? It will give sin square U cos V I cap plus
Sin square U sin V.
sin square U sin V j cap, and then the last
Sin
term
U
will come sin U cos
sin
U
U.
sin U cos U k cap. So now in order to calculate this surface integral, we need this dot product with RU cross RV. So now I am writing the surface integral. I will write the limit this RU cross RV dot product with this del cross F, what it will give. This is 0, this is 0, k with this k will give only, it will come sin U cos U. Then du dv I am writing, so I will apply the limit of U first, 0 to pi by 2, and this is 0 to 2 pi. And after integrating this, we will get the surface integral. So do it and tell me what will be the.
So it's coming 0.
Why? So this sin U cos U 0 to 2 pi, it will give sin 2U by 2. And this limit from 0 to pi by 2. So what is the integration of this? So this integration, because there is a no, so what is the integration of sin U? It will give minus cos 2U by 2. So by 2 is already there, it will become by 4. And limit from 0 to pi by 2. 0 to 2 pi dv. So once you will apply upper limit, what it will come, and once you will apply lower limit, what you will get? Cos 0 will give 1 and cos pi will give minus 1.
Half.
Half. So 0 to 2 pi half dv, and that will give 2 pi into half, that is pi. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So LHS equal to RHS in this case. That means the Stokes theorem is verified for this example. So now we'll do one more problem. So this is the final answer. We already did. So here we will solve this problem by Stokes theorem, by Gauss divergence theorem, and by surface integral also. So three different methods. So f is given by this, s is given this surface of this, z equal to 4 minus x square minus y square, z is positive. Then evaluate this integral, and we know this integral is the surface integral. So we'll do the same thing by Stokes theorem, that is part C. The same thing we will do by Gauss divergence theorem, because Gauss divergence theorem is also relation between surface integral and triple integral, and the part A is using surface integral like actual definition. So first we will do the part A, then Gauss divergence theorem, and then Stokes theorem. So by using all three methods, we'll calculate this surface integral. So we need del cross f. So del cross f is the curl of f, I, j, k f, del x by del x, del by del y, del by del z, and this f. So if you calculate, you will get minus 2z j cap and 3y minus k cap. So now how to calculate the part A? That means by using the definition of surface integral, we have to parameterize this surface in order to calculate the surface integral. So what will be the parameterization of this? So I need to calculate this surface integral, this cross f dot and d sigma. Just now we have seen. So we have to parameterize this one. Then Ru cross Rv will come, and then du comma v, depending on the u comma v limit, we'll apply the limit, we'll get this part A. So what will be parameterization of this surface? Z equal to 4 minus x square minus y square. And Z is given here positive. So what will be the parameterization of this? That means what is the value of x, what is the value of y, and what is the value of z.
R cos theta.
2 cos t, 2 sin t.
2 cos t and 2 sin t. Okay, we can take, no problem. Then what is the value of z?
0.
But z cannot be 0. Z equal to 4 minus x square minus y square.
Sir, x equal to R cos theta, y R sin
Yeah.
theta.
So we can take x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. Then what will be the z?
4 minus r square.
4 minus r square. So this is the parameterization of this. Yeah, one more thing I forgot to tell here. See, in this hemisphere, whatever we got here. So whenever you will get this, you have to check this normal is the outward normal to the surface or not. So you can take one point and you can check it is like u equal to, for this point, any point you can take over this sphere. Suppose you will take this point, for this point u equal to 0, sorry, v equal to 0 and u equal to pi by 2. If you put this, and you can check that what will be the normal direction here in this Ru cross Rv. So u equal to pi by 2, it will give, and cos v equal to 0, it will give 1. Here it is 0, here it will also give 0. So it will give 1 comma 0 comma 0. That means it is the positive direction only of that sphere. So we'll take this. If it is negative, then we'll change the direction. In that case, it is coming in that direction only, so no need to change the direction. If I will take this one, so here direction is coming reverse, so that's why I reverse the direction, that minus become plus. but in the problem whatever I did, it is already in the positive direction, so no need to change the direction. So this is the outward normal. Now go back to this. So what is r and what is theta? The domain of r and domain of theta. Theta is anywhere from 0 to 2 pi.
R is from 0 to 2.
R is from 0 to 2. Because z is positive, z is this one. So r cannot be more than 2. Because if r is more than 2, then z will become negative. So r will start from 0, it will go up to 2. So this is the parameterization of that surface S. So now we'll calculate r vector r. So because this r is there already, so I will change this one u comma v, because this r and that r will be same. So I'm changing this r because I'm taking a u, four minus u square. U is from 0 to 2, and theta I'm taking as a v. So v is from 0 to 2 pi. Then ru cross r, this ru comma v will be x I cap. That means u cos v I cap, u sin v j cap, plus 4 minus u square k cap. Then we will calculate ru and rv and then cross product of this. So ru. So ru will give cos v I cap, sin v j cap, and this will give minus 2u k cap. With respect to v, it will give minus u sin v I cap, u cos v j cap, and the last one is 0 because there is no v present. Then we will calculate ru cross rv. That means the cross product of this with this. So the first term will come this minus 2 multiplied by this u, it will give plus 2u square cos v I cap. Then for j it will give here u square and this minus. So this one is 0, this one is minus, and again it will become plus 2u square sin v j cap. And the last one is u, and this is cos square v, then u sin square v, it will give u only. So once we will get this cross product, we will do with del cross f. Del cross f is this one. Del cross f I am writing again. Minus 2z j cap, 2z j cap, z I will replace anyway with u in terms of uv, plus 3y minus 1 k cap. So what will be the dot product this with ru cross rv? So this anyway 0, this multiplied by this, multiplied by 3y minus 1. So minus 2z multiplied by 2u square sin v plus u times 3y minus 1. So z and y value I will replace from this. Z value is this 4 minus u square minus 2 4 minus u square 2u square sin v, 3y equal to this one u sin v, minus 1. So this one we have to integrate over the then we will get the surface integral. That is the first part. The surface integral of del cross f dot and d sigma will be the integration of this whole quantity. So we'll simplify this little bit and then we will integrate. The limit from v0 to 2 pi and u is from 0 to 2. And then we'll multiply this. It will give minus minus plus. It will give 2 into 2 4 u to the power 4 sin v. And then minus 16 u square sin v. From here we'll get plus 3 u square sin v minus u. This one limit of u first and then limit of v. So first integrate with respect to u and then with respect to v. So what is the integration of this 4 u to the power 4 from 0 to 4? Then this one and this u term and then this v term. And we can see here sin v, sin v, sin v is here, all having the sin v. So I will do that one, but so what is the integration of sin v with respect to v from 0 to 2 pi? What is the value of this dv?
Zero. No.
Yeah, 0. It is cos v. If you apply the limit, cos 2 pi and cos 0 both are same, so it will give 0. So this thing even no need to integrate, this all will go 0 after integration. So only term will left this minus u du dv. So we'll get this much only. Minus u du and dv. So the integration of u with respect to u will give u square by 2 minus u square by 2. Apply the limit from 0 to 2. Whatever will come, integrate with respect to v from 0 to 2 pi. So I think answer will come minus 4 pi.
Yes, sir.
So this is the only part A. We did surface integral by direct definition. So next class we will do the same surface integral by Gauss divergence theorem and then by Stokes theorem. In Stokes theorem means we have to do the line integral only, because the same surface integral is equivalent to the line integral by Stokes theorem. So we'll do the line integral and that will be the same as the surface integral. That we will do in the next class. And one more thing also here, also you have to check that this normal, whatever we are getting RU cross RV, this one, this is in which direction. You can choose one point on this surface, and then you can take which direction is normal. So in this case also it is the positive direction, so no need to do anything. If it is negative, then we'll take minus. Then that in that case it will become 4 pi. But here it is again in the positive direction only. That means outward this surface. So no need to do anything. So next class we will do the same problem by using Gauss divergence theorem and by using the Stokes theorem.